Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Shukla. Welcome to Learning with Dr. Shukla. As you can see on the screen, when you look at ocean waves, it appears that water is rushing towards you. But is the water really traveling forward? Or does it only move back and forth? Let's observe this carefully. Ocean waves are mainly created by wind blowing over water. At the beginning, waves form through complex interactions, producing different heights, lengths, and speeds, and they can travel in many directions. Once formed, waves can travel very long distances across the ocean. As they spread, their height may reduce, but their wavelength and time period remain nearly the same. As you can see on the screen, when we look at ocean waves, it often appears that water is moving towards the shore. In reality, what mainly travels forward is energy, not the water itself, especially in deeper water where water particles move back and forth about their original position, often in a small circular paths. However, near the shore, when waves begin to break, some water does move forward. As the wave approaches the beach, an important change occurs. The lower part of the wave begins to interact with the seabed, where friction and drag resist its motion and reduce its speed. This slowing at the base, while the upper part continues moving faster, increases the wave's steepness and eventually causes it to break. At this stage, we observe two clear motions. Swash when water moves up the beach and backwash when water flows back down due to gravity. Now comes an interesting part. The moving water begins to shift sand particles. Some roll, some slide, and some are lifted and carried. This process is called sediment transport. This behavior is closely linked to the nature of sand. Sand is highly permeable, allowing water to pass through easily, so particles can rearrange and move more freely. In contrast, clay holds water and feels sticky. That is why it is easier to walk on wet sand, while wet clay is more difficult to walk on. Over time, this continuous movement of water and sand shapes the beach, causing formation, reshaping, and sometimes erosion. For engineers, this simple looking process is very important for understanding erosion, protecting shorelines, designing coastal structures, developing sustainable solutions to coastal problems, and even harnessing clean energy from ocean waves. So, what looks like a simple wave is actually a beautiful interaction of wind, water, soil, and the energy that drives them. Before I end, think about this. When you throw a stone into a pond, do the waves carry water outward towards the edge or shore, or does the water mainly move back and forth? This natural process also teaches us something important in life. Progress in life is not always straight. Sometimes, like waves, we move forward and backward. But even in this motion, there is continuous change and transformation, just like sand particle adjusting and settling. So, every small movement matters in shaping the bigger outcome. Observe, think, and learn. If you found this episode useful, please subscribe and share it with everyone. See you in the next episode.